Hey, welcome back, fellow shop rats. Today we're back on the Stitches Challenger. Thought we'd do something a little different today and take you through step by step the process of removing the heater AC box from this car and just show you what it takes to get that done. So if you're looking for a little tutorial, this might be a good one for you. Let's watch the show intro real quick. I'm Mike and
this is My Cars Shop.
One of the first things that I always try to do whenever I'm disassembling anything at all is spray down all your accessible hardware with some kind of penetrant. Now, I've been using this Aerocroil here in the shop for about a month or two now, and it's expensive as sin, but I really like the product and it works so well. I'm finding that I actually go through a lot less of this than I would PV Blaster or some of the other products because I have to hose the heck out of that stuff. This stuff, a little dab will do you. So while it may seem expensive up front, I'm finding that it goes a lot further. Now, let me make this clear. I am not endorsed by this company, all right? So I'm just telling you my experience. People have been telling me for a while to use this stuff, and quite frankly, the price scared me off, but it was that 413 where I finally bit the bullet and decided to go ahead and do it. And I'm really impressed with it. So, I mean, I'm not going to run out and buy a case of it, but I will say probably squirt for squirt, the effect of this is so much better that I use a lot less. So I'm not sure it actually costs that much more. Now, anyway, blah, 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 blah. So I'm just going through, putting a little bit on all of my rusty bolts and nuts and bolts and butts and notes and whatever. Ones that are, well, I'm going to use about $50 worth right there because it's hard to get at. And even some of these sheet metal screws that I see on this side, I'm going to go ahead and hit it. Now I will say I'm going to hate myself later when I go to paint this firewall because I've got some of this product on there, but just the way it is, we'll get it cleaned up. I don't see any more. Oh, there's one right there I missed. I guess I did get it. I'm going to go get the ones on the inside now. There's not many, but I want to get a couple of them. Here's the good news. You're not only going to get to see me remove this and have me give you an instructional, but I've never done this before on a Challenger. I've done it on other cars. So I'm going to learn with you because I'm sure there's going to be some dumb thing that I run into and I'll have to figure out. So here we go. Let's get her done. So I just bring my whole socket rail over because it's just easier. I think we'll start by seeing if we can remove the blower motor itself. I think I'm going to use some shallow well there. So there's just 3 bolts on that, and I'm using my little air ratchet. And after I do this, you're not going to be able to hear me. There's 3 nuts here to taking the blower motor loose. We'll do that. It also looks like we're going to have to take this AC line off, so we'll just start one at a time here, but let's get the 3 blower motor bolts out first. Alright, those bad boys are out. Let's see if this will come out. Okay, there's, I didn't know that, so in the future, there are little sleeve washers on there. They're going to fly everywhere, so you want to pay attention to that. I probably should have taken this rubber AC line out of the way first, but I didn't. Okay, they were throwing more junk on the floor, so that's good. Feels good, like we'll probably be able to reuse that. We'll lube-a-dob her up a little bit, but I got to go down on the floor and gather those, these little things like this. There's 3 on the inside and 3 on the outside. I have 3 of them, so that means I got 3 laying on the floor somewhere. Okay, another little heads up here. I thought 3 hit the floor, only 1 did. This one here fell out. These stuck in there, so this one stayed with the rubber. Or this one fell out, I should say. Those stayed with the rubber. So I spent 17.6 minutes crawling around on the floor looking for stuff that I hadn't lost. So I'm going to make a decision here in a minute. Oh, we got all kinds of tasty goodness in there. Look at that. You can see we got all that crunchy goodness down in there. Another nice mouse nest, so we'll get that out of there probably after we take the box out. But blower motor's out of the way now, so let's go ahead and get these other butts and notes out of there. But first, I think we should take these AC line off. I'm not sure I'm going to take it like the whole thing off right now because that's not what I'm about. I'll do that when I go to detail the engine compartment. But let's get that loose right there if we can. One nice thing is I did get all the tools put away, so it's really easy to do a job like this now that stuff's just hanging on the wall. Not exactly sure what size I need, but we'll grab 3 and we'll see what we got. My eyeballs aren't as calibrated as they used to be, but I did get it right. I figured it was a 7/8 and a 3/4, but I grabbed 13/16 also. Ooh, that ain't gonna come loose easy. We may have a problem there. I'm trying to salvage that stuff in case we can use it. I don't want to break it. May have to put some heat on that. Nope. Not good. Not good at all. It's always something, you know? Our little thermostatic expansion valve is stuck. So I guess I'm going to get out the blue wrench and just put some heat on that nut and see if we can get her broke loose and salvage stuff. I really don't want to destroy the evaporator if I can help it. Bought a new set of torch heads, and I'm telling you, the set that I had from the 1950s was 1,000 times better than this piece of crap. These are so sensitive. It's ridiculous. I personally like to get about 1/4 inch of blue flame in the deep flame there, but you can see it's not consistent. So finicky, trying to get about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. That's pretty good right there. But you saw I wasn't even adjusting it. It just all of a sudden I had way up and turned it way back. All right. Anyway, blah blah blah. Let's just put the heat to it. And the goal is to get the nut cherry red as much as possible, without catching the car on fire, of course. I think the fire extinguisher's over there. I hope so. I should have said something about that wire there.
Getting there.
Nut has swelled up so much I can't get a wrench on it. There we go. There we go. And she's broke loose. Little heat will take you a long ways. Problem is, if you let it cool down too much, it might tighten up again. So we want to get it off of there while it's good and hot. Okay, there we go. Now, chances are we destroyed this thermostatic valve, but I'm not as concerned about that as I am trying to save the evaporator, so. Okay, good, we're gonna get it. But that little nut, that aluminum nut, is really swollen up big. Or is it brass? I don't know, whatever it is, it's big. Because of the heat, wrench won't go on anymore easily. Now let me point something out. Don't touch that. It's hot. Okay, very good. So we're loose. Okay, so our next step now is going to be getting the, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe? Can't see any others. My eyes are still a little bit, they've seen the glory of the coming of the Lord, or maybe it's just the torch. Take this strap off of here now, and then we'll find out what's holding it in, if anything. It dropped down, so that looks good to me. Oh, I created myself a situation. I got my angle iron in the way here, but I'm hoping if I pull it from over there, that will resolve itself. So I got to go around to the other side. Okay, so I created a situation here that a normal gal wouldn't have to deal with, because I put these angle braces in here for putting this on the rotisserie just for a little added strength. It's digging into the edge of the box. So the box is ready to come out, but I got to take a Sawzall in here and take the end of the angle iron off it, just to make a little slice like this, just a little bit on the inside edge, and hopefully that will make enough room for that to come out of there. I just had my buddy Chris fix my Sawzall, and it doesn't work again, so I'm going to have to get it back to him. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't have time to mess with it. So I got out the plasma cutter and did it the hard way, and hope like heck I didn't catch anything on fire. That was definitely what was holding us up. I think we have about 27.6 pounds of mouse nest in this heater box. So yeah, let's get this thing out of here without destroying my center console, I hope. Whoa! Car's rolling. My big fat butt's pushing it. Woohoo! All right, it's up. So the good news for you guys, is it won't be nearly as difficult for you unless you're dumb and put a big piece of angle iron in the doorway of. Pull that back. Sorry, bumping the tripod. In the way of the heater box. So I should have thought ahead on that, but I didn't. But anyway, she's out. So let's take her over to the bench and see what we got. There it is. I think we managed to salvage this okay. I don't think there's any problems. Don't know if that one is supposed to turn or not. I don't think so. I think the nut on the line goes on that. We've got all kinds of disgustingness there. Look down in here. We're going to get a shop vac out of the back room and suck some of this up. But the box itself looks like it's in pretty good shape. Maybe we're missing a door here. I'm not sure, but that's no big deal. Get one or make one. Hopefully we'll be able to use this and put the AC back in this car at some point, but certainly not going to hold back from driving it if I don't have a heater box in it. So it's woohoo, boy, she's a crusty rusty. Woohoo. Gonna have to do some super soaking, but yeah, look at that, boy, oh boy, that's gonna be lovely. Let's go get a vacuum and suck. Yeah, the other thing is there's some kind of a paper wasp nest, maybe, I don't know. Hopefully there's nothing in there. But she's just full of, it was a wildlife sanctuary, which maybe that was optional, that with that factory botanical garden that's in the back window. For those that have been around the channel for a long time, I know this is redundant, but there's a lot of new people. So that's the factory botanical garden option right there. And we're trying to decide if we're going to keep that factory option or if we're going to go botanical garden delete. We're definitely going to have to disassemble that and go through it and clean it up thoroughly, but I got the bulk of it out of there for now, so I'm happy with that. So there you go. There's your how to remove an AC heater box out of a 70 Challenger. I'm sure it's probably the same for the 71, 2, 3, and 4 also. Not hard, was just remove the blower motor, remove the 4 or 5 nuts that were on the outside, remove the strap, and remove the AC line, of course, that we had to heat with the torch. And in my case, cut the end of the angle iron off that I put in the doorway to keep the car stiff on the rotisserie. Well, that's going to do it for this one. Short and sweet, but again, it's just another little bite moving forward on the process of getting this 70 Challenger moved further forward. So what's coming next is we have to finish the floor pans on the driver's side, and then we go and start working on the floor pans on the passenger side. So we should be moving hot and heavy on that stuff. We'll be definitely back to fabricating floor pans real soon because there's a lot of fabricating to do on that passenger side. I thought about picking up just a floor pan patch for the passenger side just to keep myself on schedule. But the way it's going right now, trying to get parts, I don't know if I'd be able to find one from the suppliers that I prefer to use because I don't want to spend much money. So I may check into that with my local jobber and see, but you know, at this point, it's about trying to stay on schedule. I really want to have this car back on its own wheels by spring. It is now November 20th, I believe. Today's November 20th. So, you know, we got a lot of time yet, but by the same token, I don't have a lot of time to be out here doing stuff with the way life is right now. So we'll see. All right, we're over on the face thing, / my car shop. We're over on Instant Grandma. She loves us and does the cookie thing, but you've heard me say that before. / my car shop. We're here on the you thing, of course, because you're watching and I appreciate you sticking around. A lot of you have been asking about merch. I'm trying to figure out a better way for you to have access to our merchandise. Worst case scenario, if you can't find the link over on the Etsy page for Schultz Sign Company, drop me an email at my email address, which is down below there, and let me know that you would like some merchandise, and I will try to get you hooked up with whatever it takes to get you the shirts or the stickers or whatever it is that you want. I've had a lot of people saying they want it, and they're just struggling to find it. I appreciate all of you that have been buying it. Every little bit helps. It takes a little more bites out of the projects here, and it's one way that you can support the channel and you get to sport some really, really cool merchandise. All right, that'll do it. We'll catch you on the next one.